Right here is a very simple man just standing. But if you zoom closer to his chest, you're going to see a very mature and simple design. And that is what we're going to do in this video. So this is what the design is going to look like after finishing. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So right here, as you can see, to cut out the front design, the wideness of the design in the front is going to be a total of 18 inches. It depending on what you want to make. If you want it to be a little bit smaller, just decide on how much you want the design to be, the wideness of the design on your chest. But on this one, I'll be going for a total of 17 inches and I'll be adding an extra 1 inch to that. So from your shoulder or from your upper, your chest to the length, how much you want it to be long, you can decide. On this one, I'll be going for 25 and I'll be adding an extra 1 inch to that for the inseam allowance so that I can actually fold the edges. That's for the extra 1 inches. So extra 1 inch. So if you're making exactly something this, you can follow this process, or you can make it smaller or you can make it bigger depending on what you want to do. So let me just mark my 26 inches down there and I'm going to cut it out. So this is what we have. The next thing we are going to do now is to fold it. So I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to do here. It's very simple, very simple, but you have to pay attention to it. So firstly, make sure that your the front of your fabric, which is the right side of the fabric, is facing the table or is facing your ironing table. Let me say that. So if it's facing the ironing table, because that's where the gaiters has to be, that's where the line has to be. So from the edge, I'm going to iron it. Just my first ironing, so you have to pay attention to this, just like that. So when I fold it up, I'll be taking my measurement at 1.5 inches gap between each of the gaiters. You can see that. In between each of the lines, I'll be having 1.5 inches. If you cannot get an accurate line, you can take your tape rule and measure it. But because I already know what my accurate line should be, using my eyes, I guess I'm I'm a superman. I can actually just figure it out and just iron it. So you're going to keep doing this till you get to the last edge. Till you get to the last edge. You can see that. It's very simple. Just keep doing this. You can measure it with your tape if you cannot gauge it with your eyes. Just 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches apart. Or if you want it a little bit bigger than this, you can go for a max of 2 inches apart or 1 inches apart if you want it smaller. So just keep doing that. See what I'm doing? Very simple. Very simple. And you keep doing it till you get to the last edge. You can see that. And make sure you're using a steam iron so that you can have a sharp gaiters. You see that? So you just do it to the last edge. So after you're done with your last edge, you can see that. So the next thing you're going to do is the second side. So you're going to turn it over. You're going to start second line. You can see that. So you're also going to measure your 1.5 in between each of the gaiters. And if you can gauge it with your eye, you can just follow me as I'm doing it. Or if you can't, make sure you're measuring it 1.5 inches between each other. So you can see that. So you're going to do exactly the same thing. You can see that we still have our previous gaiters in between each of it. So you're going to keep doing this till the last edge. So as we did the previous one, it's very simple. And I believe you guys are going to love this design. It's a very simple design. Simplicity matters a lot. Simplicity is maturity. So just keep doing this till you get to the last edge. You can see that you're just ironing the tip of the fabric, not the entire gator, so that you're not going to clear it up. You can see that. So far, as you can see, this is the last one. So this is what we're going to have. You can see that. So you have all the shapes. You can see that the other shape is also there. So the next thing we are going to do now is to stitch it. Okay, right here on the sewing machine. I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to do. I will not be stitching the sharp line. You can see I will have to like stitch the almost faded one first before I stitch the sharp one. So I will be starting from here. I'll be zooming closer so that you guys can see what I'm about to do. So you're just going to stitch from that edge. You can see that. I'll off the light. Okay, so you can see that I'm just going to stitch that part, just as simple as that. You can see what I have. You can see what it looks like. You're stitching the edge. You'll be sewing just at the edge, or at like the tip of the gaiters. Don't mistake that. Don't go and sew in maybe like half of an inch. It doesn't work like that. Just like that at the tip of the gaiters. You can see what I'm doing. Just follow it up. Going to get exactly the same thing. You see that? So you're going to do this all through to the last gaiters, to the last line. You're going to do exactly that. So this is what it's going to look like after. You can see this is what it's going to look like. And the next thing is you're going to do the other side. You're going to start the sharp this. Okay, so we're going to do this other side as well. You can see. You can see that. And this side also, you're going to stitch that line also. You're going to do exactly the same thing all through to the last edge, to the last line. You're going to do exactly the same thing. I believe you can see that. It's a very simple design, but it is classy and mature. So you see what we have. So that's just how it's going to be to the last edge. So far, this is the last edge. This is the last line that I will be doing. You can see that. Okay, so after the last one, this is what it's going to look like. So all you just have to do is just to iron it and use it as your design. You're going to iron it from the back side and use it as a design on your senator outfit, on anything you're making. It's going to go well. I'm going to share some picture on the screen that you just for an inspiration of what it's going to look like. So that's about it on this video. Make sure you give this back side a thorough ironing so that it's going to give you the stretch and the lining which you want. It's very simple. That is about it on this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to share some pictures on the screen for you guys so that you guys can see what it's going to look like after the finishing, and I'll be making another video very soon, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. So this is what it all looks like. It's as simple as A, B, and C. So just use it to cut your neckline and just turn it, or to do your front design. So I will see you guys on my next video. Peace and enjoy yourself.